When I was pastor out in Euless, Texas, a Filipino couple came from the Philippines and went to the Bible Baptist Seminary, now called the Arlington Baptist College. They came to our church in Euless in about 1974, 75, and they loved our church. We were not able to give them much money in their support, but another church in Euless was able to give them a pretty substantial offering as a gift. And so they joined that church. At the time, they were in school in Arlington. And she told me, Brother Falls, we would love to join your church, but we feel obligated because of the fact that they support us almost 100%, contributing toward our upkeep. I said, I understand. And so occasionally they would come. Her name was Merci, M-E-R-C-I. His name was Paul. I wished I could think of their last name. Eventually, it'll come to me. But she told me in World War II, as the Japs invaded the Philippine Islands, and as they swept down through the countryside, they would attempt to single out the ones that they considered leaders of the resistance to the Japanese invasion. This woman was a young girl, and she was reading her Bible. A Jap soldier came through with one of those big, long, sharp swords. Asked her, what are you reading? She said, well, I'm reading about Jesus. The Jap took note and said to her, you know, I have heard about Jesus, and all I've heard about him is nothing but good. And they had a kind of a pleasant conversation. And because of that experience, it touched the heart of that Japanese soldier who otherwise was prepared to decapitate this woman, this young woman. Only about, I think, 18, 19 years old at the time. But anyway, she told me that story of World War II. Now, I'm assuming that these people have passed on. I've never heard from them once they left the United States in about 1980, and I always wondered what happened to them. I know they had a son that was in the Army, the Philippino Army, and I wished I could think of their last names, because it would be nice to make some kind of contact. But anyway, that's a fascinating tale, a story that I remember. That's it, Gil.